So again, my presentation is going to be a little bit different than some of the others. And the discussion topic we've got is around the topic of Causium, which is our own permutation of the freemium business model. We think it's the convergence of cause marketing and freemium economics. And it's enabled us to not only supercharge our business, but also to make a huge change in our community. So for those of you that don't know Atlassian, we like to call ourselves the concept to launch company. And we enable technical teams of all sizes to iterate on products at the start of their business cycle and go all the way through launching those products out to the marketplace. There's about, I've counted at least 3 of the other presenters today use our software to make good products. We're an Australian-based company with about 20,000 customers globally. We have offices in Sydney, San Francisco, and Amsterdam, and sell to, we had the international question earlier, and we sell to about 150 nations globally. So we're all over the place. And let's see here. To dive into what we've been able to accomplish with the freemium business model, I thought to go into the numbers, right? So our freemium business model we talked about is the Atlassian starter license software. And in about 18 months, we've been able to get 25,000 technical teams to adopt our product. They haven't just bought 1 license at a time. We've sold over 65,000 licenses of our software, so folks are buying 2, 3 licenses at a time. We've been able to raise, here comes the cause marketing side, we've been able to raise over $750,000 for charity. And there's a lot of discussion today about conversion rates. We've been able to hit an 11% conversion rate from those who bought our freemium-based offering and have moved into our commercial-based offerings. There was a risk when we went into this that we were going to cannibalize parts of our enterprise business, and that risk went away. And au contraire, we were able to have a 59% growth in evaluations for our enterprise business over the past year. So even though we're selling tons of these starter licenses, it's not by any means degrading our commercial business. And the $60 million figure here is big on 2 fronts. Firstly, because our approach to freemium has enabled our corporate revenue to raise 30% over the last year, and we finished up our fiscal at $60 million in revenue. And secondarily, this is a big figure because in July, we were able to raise our Series A funding round from Excel Partners of $60 million. So freemium has taken us a long way towards building the future of our business as well. Well, with most successful stories, very frequently they start with some humble beginnings. For Atlassian, we started off in a situation where we were a little paranoid. 2 years ago, we looked at our sales data and we were concerned about the growth of new customer acquisition. So we sharpened our pencils, got deep into our Excel, and learned 2 damaging things. The first one is that while we perceived that we were doing very successfully within the small to medium business sector, we actually were performing very poorly. So poorly, in fact, that when we annualized our revenue from that segment, we could actually give away all software to 5 and 10 user teams, and it wouldn't hurt our bottom line at all. Wow, we weren't doing so well. So we went about a wholesale change of how we set up our route to market for small to medium businesses. And for those of you with enterprise businesses, you may be in this situation too. And when we started working on this, we tried to figure out what would be the right price. And we look at freemium, and the first etymology of freemium is free. And we looked at that and we said, free. One of our co-founders, Scott Farquhar, he stood up and he said, you know what? Free is not the right price. He didn't want to do free, and I don't blame him. Any of you who've had couches that you want to give away might empathize with this story. Which couch is going to go faster when you need to get rid of it? A sign that says free or a sign that says $75 or best offer? Well, we've found in our experience that the latter one works really well if you want to get rid of that couch because you're ascribing value in the minds of people. This is valuable, please take it from me. That's what this sign means. And what we wanted to imbue in our product is that our products are valuable. We're offering this to small businesses because we wanted to give a helping hand to small teams who didn't have a budget. But our software is valuable, and we want you to put skin in the game to buy our product. But that also came with a problem, because if we charge too much, if we charge $100, for example, we'd hurt our throughput of transactions. But if we charged $10 and profited from it, we'd look like cheapskates. So what were we gonna do, right? So we said, let's charge $5 for 5 days for 5 user licenses. This is the homepage of our initial 5-day promotion. We called it the Atlassian Stimulus Package. We launched it in the throes of the global financial crisis, and we went out there to technical teams and said, you can get a license of our most popular software, fully featured, not watered down, no shrinkage of features, all the features, and full support, not just forum support, phone call, email, all versions of support. You can get all of that for $5 only. Our hope was that we were going to be able to raise $25,000 for our favorite charity in a week. Well, we eclipsed that in a day, and we finished the week raising over $100,000 for charity and selling 13,000 licenses of our software. So pretty phenomenal success for a 5-day experiment into freemium. And we've taken that last year, after we took about 6 months hiatus to see whether freemium was going to destroy our business or not and whether we could scale it. And when we came back, and I loved it. The day that I came into the office, and our other co-founder, Mike Cannon-Brooks, said, you know what, we're going to do 10. And I loved that day because we boldly went out there and added 6 of our products, not just 2, 6 of our products, and went not just from 5 users, but to 10 users. So we said, and we included the free support, we included the full feature product, and since then, we've been able to raise an additional $650,000 for charity, and now we're tracking on our goal for $1 million. So, a lot of you are probably wondering, sounds good for Atlassian. It sounds like a funny story. Interesting how they backed their way into this in this model. Could it be applicable for me? And you're scratching your head. You're maybe not sure. Well, I really, when I coined the term causium, I wasn't sure whether it applied for other people either. And so went and found some interesting research this summer from a professor at the University of California, San Diego, Professor Nisi. And she wanted to find out the answer to this question. What was the most profitable price point for roller coaster photos like these? I bet you if you had this one, you'd probably pay a lot of money for that one. And I would too. So for these roller coaster photos, she went to a theme park and set up a study. And said one day of the week, she went in and said the price for these photos is $12.95. Another day, it was $12.95 and half the proceeds went to charity. A third day, it was name your own price and half the proceeds go to charity. And on a fourth day, it was simply name your own price. So we're going to do a little quiz here, a little interactive quiz. Who wants to vote for the most profitable price point being $12.95? Any takers? I guess since you know it's causium, you're not going for that. Second one, $12.95 and half the proceeds go to charity. Anybody? Yeah, we've got some takers there. Name your own price and half goes to charity. A couple more hands, okay. And finally, name your own price. I guess that one self-selects out too. Well, the results were overwhelming. Name your own price and half goes to charity was the amazingly more profitable price point of these 4 options. And while the intricacies of this study are really cool, and we could probably go on for a half an hour just on this study alone, the key takeaway for this study is that when you can have a charitable component to the right price point, you may actually find the most profitable price point. And when you annualize the impact of this price point across this one concession at this one theme park, the theme park could have earned $600,000 in extra revenue on that one ride alone over the course of a year. So pretty profitable too.